In this video, I want to share with you 3 different levels of confidence that you can have to totally transform your career. It won't be quick, but it will be long lasting. So I hope you stay tuned for this entire video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and like this video if this sounds interesting to you. And at the end, if you didn't think it was helpful, you can unlike it. I think that this video will help you as I go through my story and explain some of the roadblocks that I had and how I overcame them. Maybe you'll find some sympathy or encouragement through them. So back when I was first getting into tech jobs, I have a long history in tech, but it didn't always look like a tech job. I was always pretty nerdy and I kind of liked figuring out how things worked. And then when it came to the internet, I was all in. And as you can tell by my age, the internet was pretty new when I was getting a little bit older. But what I did was I knew I had to start some sort of company. I knew I had to start some sort of organization that helped others using technology. So I thought I would start a business. I had started a couple smaller companies before, and then I said, I want to do this for web programming. So I'm going to start a web programming company. Well, it turns out I was okay at getting people to sign up for contracts. I wasn't very good. I got a few people and it was just slow. I had a family to support. I had children, a stay-at-home wife who homeschooled, and I had to always pad the side of my income with other things, including doing some web projects for people. As I was doing those web projects, I encountered a ton of different barriers and had to overcome them. And that started giving me confidence in my skills. And that confidence in my skills played out when I was invited to come interview for a local company down in Iowa. And it was basically a web shop doing websites for community banks. And so I interviewed and I got the position. And at that point, I knew that I had confidence in my skills. So that's the first type of confidence. Confidence in skills. You have skills, you have confidence in them. If you didn't have the skills, you wouldn't be confident. No one goes outside and starts to cut down a tree randomly. Nobody does that. And if you do it, it's because maybe you feel like the tree's going to fall somewhere and it's an emergency situation. Instead, you hire someone who's competent. That means they have confidence and they have skills to do it. And so nobody just goes out and does that, or nobody just all of a sudden gets off a couch and runs a marathon. And if they do, they are going to have some major problems with their body. So this is not what confidence is in skills. Confidence in skills is knowing, there's no doubt in your mind that you know how to do something. For me, I knew what it was like to make a website show up a certain way, to write PHP code, back then there wasn't full stack, back end, front end, all that. It was just all one thing. I knew how to set up the databases and all of that. That's the skill. That's the confidence I had because I had the skill. And maybe you have confidence in skills. Now, before I go on, how did I get that? The best way to get that was to go through a bunch of projects for other people. Because I've always said, and I think it's true, you don't learn things unless you're under pressure. You will avoid the hard things and the hard concepts unless you're under pressure. That's why things like a boot camp, a strategy guide, the people that are in my course and in my program where I advise them, they're under a little more pressure and they have some skin in the game. They'll lose something if they don't perform. And so having that pressure really, really helped me to get confidence in my skills. That's the first one. The second one comes later because after my first tech job, I wasn't earning enough money. So basically I said, okay, this new thing is coming up. This ages me, but that's okay. Hey, chances are you might be older as well. And if not, you'll hope to get older someday. So anyway, one of the first jobs that I wanted to have that I didn't have was mobile programming, because I knew that it could pay more, and it was a new thing to have a phone and walk around with apps. So I knew that was coming up, and I knew I needed to jump into that game and switch from web programming to mobile programming. But it was so hard. It was so hard that for about a year, I just fiddled around and watched others make apps. I remember this amazing developer named Ryan came to my house and sat down on my computer because I had Xcode, and he just went to town creating stuff. And I was just in amazement. How'd you do that? And I couldn't do that. So I wanted to switch and get the higher income to mobile app development, but I didn't have the time to learn it, and I didn't have the brain to learn it. So it was just too hard. So I took a risk. I knew that I could learn things. I knew that I could take things on. And so what I did was I applied to a job that I didn't qualify for. The job was mobile programming. I applied to it and I put on there, I don't know it, but I know I could learn it. And they hired me, and they took a chance on me. For 2 months, I was programming in something else I didn't know. And they said, hey, if you can learn that in 2 months, then we will give you the iOS development position at our company. And they gave it to me, and I passed the test, and I got it. And the second kind of confidence came to me. You can probably already guess what it was. It was confidence in the ability to acquire new skills. So the first one was confidence in my skills. The skills you have, you should be confident in them. If you're not, you don't know them well enough. Number 2, confidence in the ability to learn new skills. If you know you can learn new things because you've learned a lot of new things in the past, that's a next level confidence that can really help you out in situations like interviews. In an interview, you have situations where they'll ask you new questions about new platforms, new programming languages, new philosophies, new things in AI, new things in AI every day. If you have the ability to learn things quickly, and maybe not quickly, but you're fastidious and you sit down and you learn and you're gonna do it and you're gonna get it done, then you can have confidence in your ability to learn new things, or, as I said, confidence in your ability to acquire skills. So they hired me. This is still part of my story. They hired me. I learned it. I kept learning it. I got better and better. And then the problem was I ran into another roadblock. I was let go because the owner of the company had basically run away with $220 million of customer funds. And the company went under. And I'm thankful that I was let go before that, like 3 weeks before it came out. And unfortunately, a lot of my coworkers, and maybe I shared this on a previous video, coworkers experience worse things than I did. I was let go a little bit early, a couple, maybe 3 weeks. But anyway, that was a huge roadblock for me. All of a sudden, I'm out of this nice, high-paying job, and I still have wife and kids to feed at home in a pretty much a small town in Iowa. What am I going to do? So I had to learn at that point how to get new contracts and how to really get out there and sell myself and get positions. Thankfully, I thank God for this man. Thankfully, a man hired me for a part-time position. It kind of got my feet on the ground a little more. His name was Kurt. Kind of got me going. And then I got a few more contracts after that. And I really started to take off when I reached out to here in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, to a recruiter, and a recruiter really treated me well. I was able to get more jobs. Short-term, 1 month, 3 months, jobs like that. They're basically contracts, short-term contracts. And I started getting more skills, obviously, because every single contract had slightly different requirements and different sort of APIs to connect to, or SDKs to connect, or frameworks to use in mobile app development. So for you, if you are in a position where you're comfortable and you're not learning new things, figure out a way to get yourself a little uncomfortable. And the best way to do that is to get a contract, whether it's free or paid, professional or pro bono, it doesn't matter. Get out there and make yourself known to some people so you can take some work on the side, or maybe it's your main work. So that's what I was starting to do. And the third level of confidence was coming. The recruiter kept giving me more jobs, and the more jobs I got, the more experience I got. Not only was my level 1 confidence, my confidence in my skills going up, and I got more skills, so a lot of confidence and a lot of skills, but also my number 2 confidence in my ability to acquire new skills was going way up. That's where you kind of feel like you're becoming an expert, or you just won't have any problems taking on new things. I was getting a little better at that, but then after getting the contracts, and a few of them, I got the third level of confidence, which was and is the confidence in the ability to get work, to get paid positions. See, a lot of people that come to me and my program, and I work with people one-on-one and in small groups. I've been doing this since 2020. A lot of people come to me because they lack that level of confidence. They have skills and they know they can learn new things, but they don't have the confidence yet that they can get out there and get work. And what I try to do is help people get that confidence. I do that not by giving them work, but by helping them see how they can get some more work, or put themselves in a situation where they can learn these skills under a little pressure with some accountability and strategic help from me and the group. That third level of confidence, the confidence in your ability to just get work whenever you need it, even in a tough market, that's worth everything. You can think of these 3 levels of confidence kind of like a pyramid and the 3 sides, or you can think of it like a stack. But if you can get all 3 levels of confidence, that means that you are going to be okay in any sort of market. Because AI comes along, you can learn AI, you can learn prompting, you can learn how to interact with it and create things with its operators and agents. So this is what I have for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please, if you do like it, hit like. It helps the algorithm show you more things and helps me know that you enjoyed this topic. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.